big ass arm. God, fucking yeah. God damn, I look sexy.
Yes, that's the very sexy Jeremy Paul, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. That's a weird way to start, by the way.
Fuck at that big ass arm.
Yeah, stop looking at yourself. Why can't I think of the Greek?
Narcissus?
Yeah, narcissus.
Narcissus?
I just made it.
Not narcissists. Narcissus.
Yeah. Well, that's what you become when you become narcissistic. You become a narcississy. I've missed you, buddy. Because I usually don't have a lot of fun with a lot of comics because most of them I don't respect. And
as well you should.
As well I shouldn't. And I'm kind of joking. Some people know I'm completely being honest. But no, because like it's been a while. We were gonna be roommates. That didn't work out.
Yeah, that failed miserably.
Yeah, that's because that was my fault.
Yeah, we I don't know if you want to talk about that because that's a funny story.
It is a funny story. So we're about to get a place, but in the valley, right? And I was like, okay, I didn't want to go to the valley, but whatever. I need to get out of my place because it just sucks.
Yeah.
And I did everything I thought right, but apparently I don't really make income.
No, that's not what they told me.
Oh, that's right. It was because of so I left a place because it had rats, and I broke a lease. But I never got it cleared up because it's technically it's on them. I just never sued them, but they sued me.
Yeah. And what the lady told me, I kid you not. I don't know if you, if maybe Jerry might have told you this, but what they told me was that like the lady said, you're about $100 away from having this apartment on your own. That's what she told me.
Oh, that's too bad.
She was like, if you made $100 more per month, you could have this apartment. And your friend, you could have got anybody else off the street that made $100 a month, and you would have got the apartment. I was like, holy shit, his credit can't be that fucking bad.
It's bad.
I was like, God damn, Chris.
Well,
dude, I was like, wow, that's a heartbreaker right there. That's
Well, I knew that, and I was like, well, maybe I'll get lucky.
I honestly felt more bad for you than for me.
Yeah, because you always end up. You're like a cat. You land on your feet.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah,
and I have an apartment, so I'm not out of a place. I'm not homeless.
Right.
And I pay that rent every month. I pay it on time. It's annoying that they check credit. And which is why I want to destroy the credit system.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my part.
Listen,
are you?
I didn't pay any of my credit cards off from college.
Yo.
Not one.
But after a while, it
fades. It goes away.
It goes away. The reason there's two reasons why I have terrible credit. I have student loans I haven't paid in who knows how long, and it's not that I don't want to. It's just this career doesn't pay very much. I am making a living. It's just not a very good one.
Money? What money?
Yeah, but I do want to start paying them. Get my stuff back in order. And it's not even credit cards I have a problem with. It's the student loan and then that one. Apartment too. Put another strike on my record.
Listen,
but they were like a slumlord, and that's what the manager of the place said. Yeah, screw these people. They are a slumlord. You just leave. Shouldn't have listened to him.
Right. They're setting your ass up.
Yeah. He was kind of setting me up, but whatever. I live in a place where when I went over on Christmas Eve. I was going to get my stuff because I'm going to go with my brother. We're going to go spend time with the family. Okay. I walk into the hallway, and when you look at a person and you're like, you just came out of prison? There was that kind of guy in the hallway, and he's like knocking on the door very angrily. And he turns to me and he goes, hey, man, have you seen my tranny? And I'm like, what? Yeah. And that was when I knew he wasn't talking about a car part. He was talking about a man that is now a woman. That is the exact phrasing he used. He's like, have you seen my tranny?
That's cold-blooded.
Yeah, and I just went, no. And he goes, well, blonde hair. I'm like, your description isn't the reason I'm saying no. That's not what the problem is here.
Right.
I want nothing to do with you and this situation.
This only ends badly.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I need to move. And unfortunately, I do have bad credit, so I'm going to have to suck it up. and I have there's this crazy neighbor that is like right above me that sings at all hours of the morning.
Okay, well maybe they're fucking auditioning for something.
No, I mean they suck at singing. They should.
Oh, okay.
They're just they're just annoying, and they practice like weird hours, and I'm not in the the best.
Is it a dude or a female?
It's a dude.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
And then even my other neighbors have been yelling at him. It's like, hey, it's 11 o'clock at night. Shut up. The
worst.
Yeah, and we basically live on top of each other pretty much. We all live in these little studios that were made in the 20s. The building was made in the 20s, so nothing quite works correctly, but it works. It's good enough. It's what I deserve.
Right.
And
it's what I deserve.
What I deserve for trying to chase the comedy dream. And so we have this crazy neighbor. I have that apparently a tranny that has a guy that just got out of prison.
Carlita.
Yeah. Yeah. Just insane people like an older woman that obviously never married or had kids, but she has this dog, and she's just like, there's this weird sadness in her eyes, like when women don't get married, and it just becomes kind of pathetic. You know what I mean? Well, it's the same thing for dudes. If dudes stay single for too long, it becomes really bad. Yeah. I mean, this is my best friend, but yeah, it's about to get really sad for him.
Gonna die alone.
No, I mean I'll be there laughing
at the funeral.
Before.
Like, Jimmy, you done fucked up now.
Yeah, I'll be there in your deathbed just laughing.
I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
Someone's got to laugh at you before you go.
Yeah, listen, if somebody's not there laughing, I have not done my job.
Exactly. And so that's the topic of today is comedy. I love this podcast because this is actually how I normally am off stage. And so the topic of today is the comedy business because I saw this tweet by Roy Woods Jr.
Yeah, you said Roy Woods, yeah.
Roy Woods Jr., a guy that I do respect, but he just made a comment about how the business is terrible for younger comics. And I completely agree with him. When he said it, because I know it from experience, it is. But then he said, I just need to get more money, and then I'll be able to talk, all the smack I want. I'm like, well, but can't you just do that now? All
right, so here's my question.
Yeah.
How much money is he talking?
I don't know. I guess it's like, screw you money.
Like, because you give me $120,000 right now, which is what he makes a year doing the Daily Show. Yeah. And I'm putting that on the light end, basically.
Okay.
All the money he makes from TV and all of his appearances, probably $120,000 a year.
Yeah.
You give me that in 1 year, yeah, I'm telling all the bad deeds, all of the bullshit that comedy does. I do that now anyway.
Yeah, which explains your career.
Yeah. It's like I'm no holds barred, no matter what. So I'm just completely honest. I don't need the fuck you money.
Yeah.
Well,
I actually respect that more. Because you don't have it, but yet you're willing to. I would say you stand up more for people than anyone I know.
Yeah.
I've helped people out as well. Like in my career, I put you up at the best story. I ran a show at the Hollywood Improv for about a year on a Sunday night at 10 p.m. Terrible time. Hard to pack. I managed to pack it most of the time. Not like so full it was busting, but I never had less than half in that room. And that's because what I did was I made my own tickets and put them on card windshields and then handed them out to actual people.
Yeah.
And looked them straight in the eye and said, "Please come to the show. I guarantee you're going to laugh." And for the most part they did. Yeah. Except for that night where it was a rough night for everybody. Well, that was my fault. I put up a host who I shouldn't have put up. He knows who he is because he's out of the business. He's got a family now, and that's great for him. I'm glad he has a family because maybe they'll laugh at his terrible jokes. But I was trying to do him a solid. He was a Long Beach legend. He's keeping that train chucking along. You know who I'm talking about if you're from Long Beach. And just bombed like the Dickens. And almost ruined the entire show, in fact.
Close to it.
And a lot of the comics I had on were newer, and so I should have just hosted. It would have been better. But whatever, I made that decision and I couldn't have gone back. And so almost every comic just bombed or just did okay. And then you go up. And this is even after like comics that are usually were regulars at the Improv too were going up and just bombing because they just didn't know how to like crack the crowd. And you go up and just murder it for 10 minutes. I think 15. I don't remember how much I
did about 12.
Okay, 12 minutes straight. And it was like, and my brother who just doesn't even. He likes comedy, but he doesn't love stand-up. He's all, Jeremy was great. Although he called you buckwheat, so I don't know how much of a compliment that is.
It's not really a compliment if you're calling me buckwheat, sir.
Yeah. But he said you were funny, so there's that.
Like, at least, if you're going to call me, like, some derogatory name that has to do with my afro, Ben Wallace, Artist Gilmore.
Yeah,
like, somebody, like, tall and strong. Don't give me the weakest of all the little rascals.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
I mean, maybe he was basing it on the Eddie Murphy character. Who knows?
Well, yeah, still the weakest of all the little rascals.
Yeah. But yeah, you just murdered it, and ever since then, you've helped me out. You put me on shows. You put me up. Other comics who supposedly have my back don't always do that. Even though I've gotten some of them paid. But but I don't actually get angry at that anymore because I realize that, number one, I'm now working on a different side of the business than I used to.
Right.
So I'm understanding things in a completely different way than I ever did before.
True.
I'm seeing the business side from the actual business people, and comedy is almost the least of anyone's concern.
Yeah.
When I realize that, like, it's not about the funny, it's about who can get the most people and who can play to the most, like, almost scientific, like, okay, don't talk about X, Y, Z to be able to play to a wider audience.
No.
You know?
It's like, you know this, but the people watching don't probably. Yeah. Like, being from the Midwest, like being an Illinois comic, like the comics that were prevalent back when I was like just getting serious about it were comics like Haywood Banks, Mike Armstrong, Steve Brewer, wow, how did I forget this guy's name? Damon Williams. Like, these are Midwest comics. They were called the Bob and Tom comics.
Okay, so they do the Bob and Tom show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Bob and Tom would have these people traveling all around the Midwest, and they would sell out shows because they were on the radio. Yeah. And that's really all it is. It's like, hey, are you do you have somebody backing you that we enjoy? Yes. And if those people that they enjoy back you, you're solid. But nowadays, that's not it. Like, you have to have not only somebody backing you, you also have to have a gimmick. You know, like Haywood Banks back then. Like, you take Haywood Banks to anywhere outside of the Midwest, and people were like, "Who in the hell is this?"
Yeah, that's when you said his name. I was like, I don't know.
But Haywood Banks does a 2.5-hour show.
That's amazing.
With no opener.
That is cool. Okay.
Like, he does it all by himself, and it's a all ages show.
That's smart, though.
And other comics hate him.
Really?
Yeah, they hate him because he does a lot of gimmicky shit.
Oh,
but
okay.
He entertains his audience. They know his songs. They sing along with him. They are thoroughly entertained by the end of the night.
And to me, I used to be more of a purist, and ever since I started dropping that, I feel like I'm getting more successful. Because what does it matter if someone does something you don't like? It doesn't actually affect what you do. Right. You know, and find your own lane, basically. Yeah. You know, everyone has a lane. I don't know if the heroin baby lane is a good lane, but I picked it.
There's not that many.
There's not. I do stand out every single time I perform, and that people go, "Is that true?" And I go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And they go, "Wow, oh, I know someone that also has like." Other drug babies will come up to me. Yeah. So if you're a drug baby, I'm your comic. I'm your guy.
Yeah, that's the
lane I want.
That's the road you have chosen.
It explains why I live where I live. It explains why I've made some bad decisions.
like there was a joke you used to put along with that. It was like, I have these gaps Like you used to talk about the gaps you would have in your memory sometimes. Like, yeah, this is. And then you continue talking like, holy shit, that's a funny fucking joke.
You know, Matt Matt Claybrooks would always say, you have so many jokes that they aren't actual jokes, but they work.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what it is. Because I'm a weird person. Well, not maybe.
You are.
Yeah, I'm a weird person. And, but it's those jokes were my voice basically coming out. And I've been getting closer to that now more and more. As the years go by. And what I almost am appreciative that I didn't make it early, because I think I would have been a dick to people more so.
No, you would have been a dick to people that you don't know.
Yeah, I've always been that way though.
Right.
Yeah. So
like money doesn't change. Like that's the quote. Money doesn't change you. It just makes you more of what you are.
Like alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like money hasn't changed me at the fuck all.
Yeah, you're a good man.
Like I'm still the same person.
I mean, you're a good man.
And I'm still broke.
Yeah. Which is why you're a good man.
Yeah.
No, you've had money. You've been good to me many times. When you have even just a little extra, you're like, hey man, I'm gonna hook you up. I'm like, what? Cool. You don't have to do that. You know, and I try and get you gigs when I can. Like that one show in where was that? Lake Forest. We did.
Oh yeah.
Jermaine Parra's show.
Yeah, that was a fun show.
That was a good show, and that's another thing. Comics in LA sometimes won't go out and do these random.
I don't understand that at all.
Because the real audiences are not in LA.
Yeah, like you want people to want to buy your merch, or do you want people that's want to say, hey, good set, and then go back to asking you, how can I get booked on this show?
Yeah. I'd rather have people that will allow me to get a better apartment.
Yeah, I need somebody to buy this fucking merch.
Yeah,
like, I'm watching. Yeah, I know. I'm watching. It's just It's fucking large and black. It feels a different color.
Oh,
like it feels.
Get over yourself.
If I'm watching, like I've watched like mutual friend Ryan Niemiller.
Ryan Niemiller's killing it now.
Yeah, I'm watching him tour and do his thing.
Yeah,
right, and absolutely deserved.
Yeah,
and
he hustled for a long time grinded.
Yeah,
in the worst rooms and some of the rooms that would disrespect you.
Yeah, and he had the obstacle above obstacles.
Well, with his arms being, he's
trying to make people understand that it's not fucking a gimmick. This is just who he is, and then he go on to do the fucking jokes.
Absolutely. I'm super excited for his success. He's actually one of our clients here.
Oh, yeah. Did not know that.
Yeah. So I get to see him.
Oh, Ryan.
I get to see him more now, and whenever he sees me, he gives me a hug. So I'm always like, yeah, I'm happy for him, because he's one of those people that you're like, yes, this is great.
Yeah, but watching him, and I'm like, yo, there's so many more people that could be doing what he's doing.
Yeah, but they didn't want to go to the Midwest because they thought, oh, I'm gonna get a sitcom or something.
Yeah,
but that died in the '90s.
Yeah, you're not getting a sitcom.
Not these days, unless you. I think you have to like sacrifice a baby.
Yeah.
Something evil.
You have to suck all the dicks.
Okay, you went a little there, but
it's like not only like you have to go back and sacrifice everything that you would hold dear.
Yes.
Just to get a sitcom nowadays. Like it's not
even worth it, because there's not as much. There's not as many people watching those types of things anymore.
Right. Like there's so many platforms that people are watching nowadays where it's like you have Hulu, you have Netflix, you have even Disney Plus just came out. You have all these different platforms that put out like streaming services, put out shows that like nobody's watching your show on a weekly basis. They can't track how many people actually like you until 3 months down the line. Mm-hmm. After 3 months, then they're like, oh, these are your numbers.
Yeah.
Why don't you put something else together? Like, but I'm homeless now.
Yeah.
It's like,
They also don't. Yeah, especially in your first year, nothing. Well, now that I learned this, but nothing pays what people think it does.
right.
People go, "Oh, you're on TV. You must be rich." It's like, no, not if you're new.
And not if you're not the executive producer.
Yeah, you don't. Like, you might be able to, if the show becomes a hit, then you can maybe become rich eventually.
Yeah.
But not in the way it was. There's no residuals anymore. So all these new shows, those people are only getting paid a set amount, and then that's it.
Yeah.
There's no rerun money anymore.
Yeah. Nobody's making it to syndication
No.
anymore.
That model is dead.
Yeah. Like if you can make it to syndication in today's era, your show is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had the best writers. You had an executive behind you that you had naked pictures of them with a goat. You had everything going for you, and you somehow did the right things at the right time to stay on the air. And
Yeah.
nobody on your production crew or on your cast said anything controversial at all ever. And you somehow made it to 100 episodes. You're like, yes!
And you had to be on a network as well.
Yeah.
Not just, you couldn't be on Netflix because there's no such thing as residuals on Netflix.
No.
No such thing as residuals on Hulu.
No.
No such thing as residuals on Amazon. None of them.
No.
Disney Plus now, probably no.
No.
Because they made sure, that was a huge fight actually recently, where the writers are trying to get that money, and the companies are like, well, then we're going to hire different writers.
Yeah.
You know?
And what are you going to do?
Well, the Netflix and them have the power now.
If even Greg Berlanti can get forced off of a show,
Yeah.
he got forced off. I'm not saying he got forced off The Flash, but he got forced off a lot of the DC TV shows. Like, wait, this guy was DC.
Yeah.
Like,
And making WB a lot of money.
yeah, and you guys, it's like, no, you're no longer the writer. Here's a producer credit. It's like, that's who you are now.
Yeah.
Like, and now they got people that don't really know the material.
And it's, you can tell,
And
right?
he's consulting.
You can tell that the
Yeah.
quality is going down.
Well, it's not that they did the whole Crisis event, right?
Uh-huh.
And the Crisis event was a huge fucking thing in DC Comics.
Yeah.
Huge. Like, it wiped out, it consolidated all the continuity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they tried to do it for the TV show, and you're like, I see what y'all were trying to do. Y'all did a good job of what y'all could do, but man, maybe Greg Berlanti should have been in charge.
Yeah. And that's the guy that basically created all the hit
All the
CW
DC
shows.
all those DC TV comic book TV shows.
Yeah.
That was him.
And he made them successful because he knew the material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was unfortunately he I think co-wrote or co-produced the Green Lantern movie. But outside of that, like, everybody takes an L, right?
Yeah, I take many L's.
So listen,
I live in an L.
Yeah, we we exist in the L.
I know the L well. We'll just say it like that.
But you know, like the Flash is going to make it to syndication.
Yeah.
Like Arrow made it to syndication. All those DC TV shows, with the exception of Black Lightning, will make it to syndication. Black Lightning and maybe I think Legends of Tomorrow might make it to syndication, but Black Lightning, they're only giving that 13 episodes a season. That shit's not making it. That's not gonna make it to 10 seasons. It's not he's not going to syndication at all.
I got that show confused with this other cartoon show.
Static Shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was at first. Because I don't know, I don't follow comic books. So I was like, cool, Static Shock. I love that show.
No, that's not what this is.
It's not that.
Black Lightning was an entirely different character than Static Shock.
Oh. I loved Static Shock when I was little.
Well, everybody did.
Okay, because he was cool. He was wisecracking. He was kind of funny.
Fucking his dreads flowing all over the goddamn place.
And he was super funny, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had lightning powers, somewhat.
Somewhat.
And flew on a disc.
Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense, but I was like, whatever.
Really didn't. It really didn't. Like, wait, how is electricity making you fly on discs, sir?
I don't know.
That's not how electricity works.
But maybe they were trying to tell us something because, gravity isn't real. So
Gravity isn't real.
It's all electromagnetic, So who knows?
I was actually, because of the book that been writing for over 11 years now. I was studying like gravity.
Yeah.
And like this. You realize we've gained another moon?
Yeah, it's the size of a car. I wrote a joke about it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, does anyone know where that Tesla car went?
Our gravity on this planet and in the solar system is predicated on spin. That's all it is. Spin. We're a washing machine.
Yeah. We are a washing machine.
we're a gigantic washing machine, and all the clothes are pressed against the wall, spinning.
Yeah.
And that's all we are. That's our gravity. Like there's a ride that's at every carnival where you stand next to the wall.
Yep.
And it fucking spins in a circle, and it's fun to move your arms out. And that's essentially what comets are. Comets are the fucking arms going all out, and then eventually one person figures out how to stand out, and they end up falling and hurting themselves once that's a comet hitting the Earth. So we're all just subject to different forms of gravity, and I love astronomy.
Oh, okay. I just like conspiracy theories, so I just find them funny. But I've started to put them in my act too.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah. I talked about how the moon landing was fake last night on this show, But I do it in a funny way, 'cause I don't take it seriously. I just find it hilarious.
Right.
And so I did that last night. And so I just love throwing that. That's why I said the gravity thing, because I was like, oh, let me just fuck with it or mess with them,
The moon landing is fake.
Well,
There was not Neil Armstrong, but the other guy, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
Because he's an alcoholic.
Somebody walked up to him. I can't remember where I saw the clip, but somebody walked up to him.
I think it was Bart Sebrell.
But they were like, hey, where the moon landing fake? And he punched him in the face.
Well, it didn't happen. I know what you're talking about because I know this incident very well. It didn't happen exactly like that, but it was close. So he walks up to him. He's been going around with a Bible, and he's been like, can you please put your hand on the Bible and tell me that the moon landing was real? And I guess Buzz Aldrin has had enough, so he just punched him in the face.
As well, he should have.
Yeah. And
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
If you get punched in the face by an old man.
Well, it doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah. The fucking soft-ass knuckles, they don't really do anything.
Also, the bones are brittle.
Yeah. But it's just hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it was the softest fucking right hook I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like, this dude got what he deserved, but not enough of it.
I mean, he's still making videos. I follow him. He's fun.
Yeah. I look at the fact that, like, this, I understand why he punched him.
Yeah.
Like, he punched, like, motherfucker, I risked my life.
I mean, in theory, yeah.
I was on an exploding piece of fucking metal.
Yeah.
that projected me into space, and we ain't no shit.
Yeah.
We didn't know shit. We stood in the vacuum of space. We didn't know that shit wasn't gonna kill us. We were protected by plastic.
Yeah.
Like,
it looked like saran wrap.
Like
the spaceship was made of the saran wrap, basically.
Fucking saran wrap and aluminum foil.
Yeah. Basically.
It's like, wait, what did y'all make this fucking shit out of?
Yeah. When you look at it, it does look really, really weak.
Yeah, you're like, all right, well, all right, go ahead, put that.
Which is why they probably destroyed the blueprints, because it was. No, they did destroy the blueprints, but
I don't doubt it.
I just don't know why. And I'm like, maybe because the ship was just so terrible.
Like, we put these people at risk, way too much risk. We didn't account for the heat of the spin of the Earth at all.
Yeah.
We put rockets on this shit and shot them into space.
Somehow.
We were dumb as fuck.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
And then, this guy goes and sits on the moon, and he's not even the first person they remember.
Oh, right. Because the first guy died.
Yeah, Neil Armstrong is the one that they remember.
Yeah, what a great name, by the way, Armstrong.
Yeah, but he's the one that everybody remembers. It's not even Buzz is an afterthought.
I know.
So it's like this one dude. He's the one. Buzz is still alive, and he's the one that's like, yeah, it's my time now. Neil is dead. It's my time. I get the publicity, and then this motherfucker walks up to you like, promise that didn't happen. Yeah. Motherfucking shit. Fuck you, man. It's my time. It's my time. So, yes, I would have punched his ass, too.
I get it. I understand. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just I find everything hilarious.
Yeah,
and I don't think people understand that. Because I'll write stupid things and then people take it very seriously.
It's meant to be a jest, people.
Yeah. Like I wrote something about Bernie or something, like, and people. I was like, I don't know why everyone cares that he has 3 houses. We all get to stay in them. That's called democratic socialism.
Yeah.
And then people were like, you don't know anything about democratic socialism. I'm like, dude, I'm not even being serious.
Like, hey, don't you know about squatters' rights?
Yeah.
It's democratic socialism.
Yeah, squatters' rights. I'm gonna squat in the studio. It's better than my apartment.
Shit, man, better than mine. The bathroom is beautiful.
Oh, I know. Well, we have a maid that comes in every Thursday.
Is she a nude maid?
No, she's just a normal.
You guys are wasting your money.
Look, I know we can do a lot of things here. I don't think that. Well, I don't know.
Listen, I know a professional. She's a professional nude maid. It's not a prostitution thing. It's strictly on the level. But she's naked. Well, minus the footy socks.
Yeah, of course. You got to have protection.
Yeah.
Although I would assume you need protection for, you wouldn't want any chemicals going down there.
Yeah, in your foot, on your feet. She wears the footy socks.
Other places.
No, she don't care about that. But she is very thorough. She cleans everything. Everything.
This sounds like a prostitution thing.
No, not a prostitution thing.
No, but the way you made it sound.
Because you're paying her to clean your apartment.
Yeah.
You're paying her very well to clean your apartment. Very, very well. To clean the apartment.
This sounds nothing like what you're saying. You're saying the words.
Yeah, she cleans your apartment.
But the inflection says those words don't mean what they mean.
No, she cleans the apartment.
Okay.
Everything gets spick and span.
Oh my goodness.
Very, very, very clean.
And this is why I don't usually have Jeremy Paul on a podcast.
Leaves the floor nice and wet. With a mopping gloves. She's good with the mopping gloves.
Yeah. Again, this is why I don't usually.
This is why I don't get invited anywhere. So
yeah. You have the joke that I still remember to this day. Where we talk about. Should I say it or?
Well, I'll say the beginning of it because the beginning of the joke is always the same. It's like when I'm alone in my car, I talk to myself, and usually I say the most inappropriate things while I'm talking to myself. And one of the things that I say is,
"Can I borrow your kids for tax purposes?"
Hey, let me borrow one of your kids. For tax purposes.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm saying it to myself.
Yeah.
There's nobody around.
Okay.
It's just to me.
But it always made me laugh when you did it because it was just so weird.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
It's I mean, stupidity is what I think of when I think of Jeremy Paul.
It's seriously one of the dumbest fucking, and it comes from the fact that this is what I do when I'm alone.
Yeah.
If you don't have the music on, like in my old car, I didn't have a stereo system, so I had to entertain myself. And one of the things that I would do while driving around is like make comments about what was going on while I'm driving. Like, hey, yeah, that's a nice car. Mind if I fuck it? It's just the dumbest fucking things.
Yeah, and those things make me laugh though.
Yeah, it's just
which has been my theory on how I do social media. I just write whatever dumb thing I could think of, and then other comics that I know are like, "What are you doing with all this?" I'm like, "I'm just being stupid."
Yeah, I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah, remember fun? Remember that whole thing we got?
Too old to have fun?
No, I think we're not. And I've noticed I'm actually getting more fans slowly because of it. Because like normal people are like, "These are really funny. Keep it going. When are you going to be somewhere live?" And,
when somebody calls me.
Well, no, I'll be. Let's see. The 4th, I'll be at Writer's Block and Insomnia Cafe. I should have taken care of this in the beginning of the podcast.
Nice.
The 15th, I'll be at the Comedy Store with Eddie Ift.
Nice.
Thank you. It's his birthday show, so that'll be fun. He invited me to do it because I edited his special. So
nice.
You know, if you ever want to know how to make it in the business, learn how to have a skill that's not stand-up, and then you will be able to get up on stand-up. But Eddie knows that I'm funny because he actually had me open for him a couple times.
Nice.
And then usually I'm at the Ice House with Ian Baggs. So whenever Ian Baggs at the Ice House, I usually am there. So I've been getting paid to do the thing I love.
All right.
And it's a good feeling, and you know. That's why I kind of started this to help people. Like, hey man, you can make it. It's just you got to work really, really, really hard and not sleep.
Oh yeah, that whole not sleeping thing. That's fun.
Yeah. Well, I got up at. I felt lazy today. I got up at 7 this morning, and I was like, "What a lazy piece of junk I am!" Right? You know,
dude, I sleep so rarely now. It's fucking pitiful.
That's the good thing about getting older. That's what I'm excited for. Is the less sleep, because I don't. You know how much time I'm wasting just laying in a bed doing nothing.
You know. It's fine until you're driving home and you start sleeping.
Well, I don't drive, so I think I'm fine.
Yeah, I have this nice new car that I bought.
It is a cool car,
and I rather like having it without crashing it. So
yeah,
like I got my head out the window half the time when I'm driving,
yelling, "Can I borrow one of your kids?"
Hey, wait, I want to fuck your car.
Yeah, you're just yelling those.
Your kids.
No setup, just the punchlines. Like, what is this guy?
Why is he yelling out with his head out the window? Because I'm trying to stay awake.
Yeah,
I'm so close to sleep and killing us all. That, I need to find a way to stay awake. The music's not doing it.
I know. When I used to drive, which wasn't that long ago, or wasn't that. It's been a while now, but I drove for a while. Falling asleep is so dangerous.
Yeah,
and there's nothing you can do. You can't splash water. You can't drink coffee. You can't do anything.
It's one of the most terrifying things you can experience.
Yeah,
is that moment when you come to
and you're like, I'm on the road. Oh my god.
And you sit up straight like, okay, and then 2 minutes later you're back to doing this shit.
I know, because the adrenaline wore off. You have the insulin dip.
Like, fuck. It's the worst, man. It's the fucking worst. Like much like every other road comic that's ever driven anywhere, to any show.
I'd be scared.
That ride home from any show at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
When things are starting to go haywire and you're like, man, I should probably find a Walmart parking lot. It probably catch an hour or two of sleep before I continue this drive.
Yeah.
But no, you keep driving on the freeway. And those lane lines just hypnotize your ass. And then for some reason, Sade comes on your music playlist. And this isn't no ordinary love. And suddenly you sleep. And then you wake up and like, holy shit, a truck.
Oh my goodness. Well, please don't die. Because I'd actually miss you. And I couldn't make fun of you if you died on the road. You need to die in a bed, Jeremy.
I need to die in a bed of some terrible STD.
Yeah, which we all in the office pool of how Jeremy's going to die. That's been number one for the last 20 years. Between myself, Jerry Brandt, and Matt Claybrooks, we all got money on you dying with a terrible STD.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm waiting on it. Myself like, fucking please. Just give me 5 more clean years. So I'm on 5. I'm making the 40, 44, 45, 46 years old without having my dick fall off. And
I don't think STDs work like that.
Mine would.
You would get this is a mysterious case of a Jeremy Paulism.
Yeah, like we've never seen this before. This is a new one. Who in the fuck did you fuck, sir?
Yeah, the Jeremy Paul's disease.
Yeah. Oh man, it's like JPS, Jeremy Paul syndrome. Yeah, your dick fell off in pieces.
Oh, that's even worse.
It's like, first the left side went, then the head, then the right side. We don't know how that happened. All you're left with is your urethra. It's like, just a urethra? Yeah.
Well, they can do transplants now.
Yeah, they can fucking a dick graft.
Yeah.
They do a dick graft. There was a dude I was talking to recently. He was like, he realized that, he said, you realize, Jeremy, herpes is nothing but dick acne. I was like, I guess you're right, sir. It's like dick acne.
But I'm sure that like I've never had it, but is it burning or something?
I wouldn't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've had it out there.
If you've had dick acne,
please comment. Just type below. Does it burn? Does it itch?
Hey man,
you know who you are.
We all know who you are.
In fact, there's been rumors for a while. This show took a turn. It's supposed to be all about positivity, but this one is really just I'm having fun, to be honest.
This is what I do.
This is what we usually do when we're together. And it's too bad my credit is so terrible we couldn't have been roommates.
You know, it's probably for the best that we're not roommates because you I remember the first day you were like, yeah.
I wasn't super excited because I was like, okay. But I'm very good at resigning myself to whatever the fate that I have to deal with is. I find that positive and the negative. The positive is you're funny and you probably would have made me funnier. The negative is everything else about you.
Yeah, you would have got some crippling STD by now.
Oh, let's hope not.
I would have had so many bitches over. Like that's only I moved my cousins into the apartment.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Right, I got them out of Illinois.
Yeah,
and I moved them into my apartment just so I would stop myself from doing what I was doing for like 7 months.
Ooh,
I had 7 months of just woman after woman coming through, just orgies and threesomes. I was banging out everything.
I've stopped doing that because I became Christian. I know. I'm a Christian now.
Well, here's what makes that better.
What?
You're a Christian and I'm a minister.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm an ordained minister.
What, like Klingon or something?
No, Universal Life Church.
That's not a real church.
Hey, I'm allowed to do weddings, funerals, and baptisms.
All right, well, maybe I'll have you oversee my wedding.
I'm doing one in June.
Oh, okay.
I'm an ordained minister.
Whoever ordained you didn't know you well enough.
Oh man, it's something that I'm having so much fun with.
Yeah,
like my cousins, my entire family's fucking religious.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
but now I get to like bless them whenever I want. It's my favorite thing to do. I just walk up to me like my cousin's like, "Hey, come here." Like what? Here you go. It's like, fuck you, Jeremy. Don't be blessing me. Like, no, you're blessed.
That's funny though. Yeah,
I'm allowed to bless people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wasn't happy.
By the way, here, you're blessed.
Yeah, I don't. Your church doesn't exist in my eyes, but it's fine. I'm not like a churchian like Christian where I'm gonna preach like don't do things. I'm still just me, but it's just
you ate the cracker. You drank the juice.
Well, I'm not a Catholic. Well, you're right. Some Christians do with the cracker. Yeah.
I don't know which kind of Christian you are. So
I don't know. I'm not part of a church. I don't go to church. I just read the Bible. And then I don't tell anyone to believe what I believe because I think you should.
Protestant.
Is that what it is?
No, I was just joking.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I don't know.
Like there's so many sects of Christianity.
I know.
So you don't know if you're Presbyterian, Catholic, Christian.
Yeah, I just read and I try to understand things, and then I think my life's gotten better since then. So I don't know.
Well, hey, congratulations to you. Yeah. And like I say to all my friends, as long as what you believe stops you from trying to murder me, please believe it.
It does. And in fact, it's one of the commandments, thou shalt not kill Jeremy Paul.
Yeah.
It names you by name.
I appreciate that.
Even though it calls you Satan in the next line.
But, well, hey, man, without evil, there could be no good, so it must be good to be evil sometimes. South Park.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't remember that from the scriptures. I've been reading them. I don't remember that. I'm like, I know that. I didn't know.
That's from the book of Matt and Trey.
The Book of Mormon. Which I want to see that one, by the way. I heard that was good.
I heard it was good too. I never saw it.
Yeah. I love everything they do, and I still love everything they do. You see, nothing's changed. I'm the same person.
Hey, man, he just doesn't fornicate anymore.
I just don't fornicate. I want to get married. Well, because I want to actually get married and have kids, and I realized
Terrible.
Well, no, I know, Jeremy. That's what I knew you were going to say that, but no, I want to get married and I want to have kids and I want to start a family, and so I want to stop. Basically, I was messing with too many easy women, and it is kind of easy when you're a comedian. I mean, and I've never even had success. I live in a terrible apartment, but I still somehow can get women.
Listen, anybody can get women out here.
Yeah,
in California. I say that as somebody that when I was living in Illinois, when I was in my hometown of Peoria, Illinois, I couldn't get laid if I had a shotgun.
Wow.
Partially my fault because I refused to date any black women because I didn't know who I was related to.
That and you had a shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun.
That's a kind of a killer.
It's not consensual with a shotgun.
Yeah.
But I come out here, and when you have your own place, your own apartment,
yeah,
and they're like, "Who do you have any roommates?" No,
wow,
I don't. They're like, "Holy shit, I have roommates. I don't have to go home. I can actually have sex in peace and quiet."
Yeah,
and they're like, they don't know how to deal with that because they've been out here living in their car.
It's a tough life. Yeah,
you live with fucking 8 roommates. You sleep on a couch. like people are so used to like not having anything that once they meet someone that has even a semblance of something, they will give up the ass.
Well, that is true. Yes,
and I was here for it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get rid of.
Like you having your own place, even though it's a studio.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's fucking catnip, man.
I understand. I'm legitimately. I want to have a different life now. Because I've been with a lot of crazy women, and
yes, you have.
Yeah, you know who I've been with, and I want something different out of life. I want to actually have a child and raise a kid, and do.
Now, here's the question: child in California or child elsewhere?
Well, I only know California, but if I were to have a kid, I'd probably have to move out, just outside. I would have to be out of the city, which I don't mind being out of the city. Luckily, I have this job. I'd have to get a lot of things together, get a car again, which I don't mind because right now it's like being single for you don't have purpose, and then I think to have a kid, your life you have to snap and you have to figure things out.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what I'm craving too, is the forced to be thinking about something that's not me, somebody else. You have to, or else they die. So you have to really think about another person.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of women that I would meet that would sleep with me and then a bunch of other people that I knew. That wasn't fun. On paper, it sounded amazing.
No commitments. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wait
a minute.
I'm putting myself at risk.
Yeah. Because I know some of those people. And they're
not completely clean.
So yeah, so I'm wanting. That's where my life path is going. And I'm working really hard. I work overtime here, and I do a lot of I'm here today, and I'm going to be working after this. Making sure I get these videos out for certain comics. So I think I feel like I have a goal and a purpose, and that's what even though I'm not exactly where I want, I think I have an idea of how to get there.
Right.
So there's that.
Listen. There's different paths to life that will lead you to where you want to go.
Yeah.
The choices you make along the way are just the flavor that adds to your success.
Look at you getting deep.
Well, I'm kind of an intellectual.
I know.
But
I know this man speaks in dick jokes, but he's actually a philosophical dick joke writer.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get at is this: like this choice you've made to become, whether you consider yourself a born again Christian
No.
or just new Christian or just reviving your Christian faith.
Yeah,
or,
more like that.
Or anything of the sort. This choice that you've made, I hope it betters your life. I hope it gives you everything that you want.
Yeah.
Because you're my friend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not because you're Christian. Just because you're my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
Give a fuck about the other Christians.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're not named Chris Adams and you're a Christian, fuck you. Everybody but Chris Adams, fuck you, man. Kiss my balls, motherfucker.
Well,
I'll fight you.
all right, you took it there. Jeremy Paul went there. Just that's where he went.
Hey, man.
No, but I feel like it has. I've been more focused and been more accepting of the good and the bad.
Right.
So it's given me perspective, and I kind of it started coming back when after the accident with my DUI.
Yeah.
Where I almost died. And that sort of changed everything. I was like, wait, I don't like where my life is going.
Yeah.
And I have these girls that don't really care about me. I'd like someone to care. And I'd like to have a kid. I think that'd be cool. It'd be a challenge because it's California. It's very hard to even live on your own.
Yeah, that's. I gave thought to being a father.
You did.
I've actually given it some thought because I've done everything else.
Yeah.
It's like,
yes, you have.
Like any sexual thing, I've accomplished that shit.
This man has
with the
lived.
exception of taking one in the cheeks. I'm not doing that.
No,
not doing that
nor should you. See, that's where we agree. As a Christian, I think that's wrong as well.
Yeah, I don't think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong for me. It's like all you other people, go ahead and take a dick in the cheeks. Me, not me. Not gonna take a dick in the cheeks.
Do you, just don't do me.
Yeah, please. Keep out of me. So, like I gave it some thought, and I would do it, but I'm 41 now.
I know, that's another reason. I was like, oh, I'm almost getting to 40.
Yeah,
I gotta get serious real quick.
Like if I don't do it in the next 2-3 years, if I don't knock somebody up, I'll be 60 when the kid is 17.
Wow. Huh.
How am I supposed to fight this kid?
Yeah. He'll beat you at everything.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to take all the smack talk.
Yeah. Or you can hit him with a cane.
No, because I know me. Any progeny of mine is gonna be
tough.
Yeah. Like fucking. You see how big these fucking arms are?
Yeah.
I'd have to fight something like this at the age of 60.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, not good.
Like somebody that might be taller and stronger and faster than me. Nah, man. I'm too old. I'd have to shoot my own kid.
You could always adopt, but then you'll never love them.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I was adopted.
Who loves adopted kids?
Nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, no. If you're adopted, they don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, unless it's a single mom.
Yeah.
If it's a single mom and she adopts a kid, she loves that kid because she can't have kids.
Yeah.
It's like, I got nothing. But you gotta love that. You love the shit out of that kid.
Yeah.
But if you're a dude and you adopt a kid, you don't love that fucking kid, man.
Nah,
hey,
really.
man.
You
I'm just here to watch you to make sure you don't kill yourself. I'm trying to make you till you 18 years old, so I keep getting these checks from the state. It's like that's what I'm here for. I need help with the rent.
It is hard not to love your own progeny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a soft spot in your heart
for your own DNA.
Like because it's come from you. Like I want to see what I would have done differently.
Like I would tell my kid, don't leave an apartment just because they haven't got rats. You deal with it, and then you leave as soon as that lease is up.
Yeah.
And then you could get an apartment with Jeremy Paul. And
never break the lease.
Yeah. But back in the day, my mom broke leases all the time, and she was still able to get apartments.
Yeah, because she's a woman.
Yeah.
We're dudes.
Yeah, no one likes us.
Like nobody likes dudes. We're not even white dudes.
I
We're
know.
just regular ass dudes. Americans.
I found out I'm Mexican.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I took the DNA test.
I thought you found out like you're Israeli or some shit like that.
No, well, I have some Jewish blood as well.
Right.
I don't know how that works. I thought it was just a religion, but I guess it's a race too.
Well, no, it's both.
I know.
Yeah.
But I knew because my grandpa on my mom's side was very Jewish, and my great grandpa was even more Jewish. So I knew that it was in there. But
is that why you're wearing a Dodgers hat?
No,
Because you're Mexican now.
Oh, the Mexican part. No,
Los Dodgers.
Yeah.
Dodgers.
Hey.
Si se puede. Yo, Dodgers.
I do love the Dodgers, though. I do. I've actually been to many games. I'm going to the games this year.
I want to apologize to everybody that I know that's Mexican. Please don't slice my throat.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I can't protect you.
No,
I'm not allowed.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah. But so I took this DNA test and I found a family member.
Okay.
And they told me about where we're from, and it's TXALAC or Texacala or something. I can't say it right.
Teotihuacan?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I'll look it up right now.
Texacali?
Something. No, not Tex.
Okay.
It's like Texacala, Mexico.
Oh wow.
Tlaxac. This one. TLACXCLA. It's right next to Pueblo.
Wow. Okay.
In the like right near east of Mexico City, and that's I looked at the family and they are Mexican, so they were like La Raza and like yeah. So I was like, oh damn, I am Mexican.
Yeah.
All right.
Fucking Mexican.
You know, so and I didn't know, and it's weird to learn at 36 because I have no connection to the culture.
And your Spanish is terrible.
Yeah. I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
I don't. I just don't. I never learned. When my mom was white, I was raised by her.
Yeah.
So I never learned like anything about the. I mean, she would feed me chorizo, and now I realize why.
Just trying to chub you up.
Yeah. She'd make chorizo, and then and like all the Mexican dudes were super nice in the neighborhoods, and I didn't get it, you know, because they were really nice to me. They're like, "Oh yeah, hey, you doing good?" You know?
That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
But it's funny because I ended up where we used to live was where the family is now.
Okay.
So that might have been family members I just didn't even know that were my family members.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Oh, man.
These were all your relatives like, hey, little Christopher.
You doing all right?
Hey,
Yeah.
look at the little face. Little face.
He looks just like his uncle. Or whatever.
Then you disappeared. And they're like, hey, whatever happened to little Chris?
Yeah. So it was so strange, and it's weird to like find all this out now, but and I don't have any real connection, and it's cool. I almost like it better that I didn't know. But
Right.
now that I do know, it's like, oh, that's kind of cool too. And I think it's interesting, but I don't know how to write it into new bits. But maybe this might help because that was kind of funny stuff, you know. Because
Hey, man. Oh, that's to find out you're Mexican at 36.
yeah,
But Lord, here's the thing: you took a test before that had you as Jewish.
no, I don't know. I just knew that I had Jewish relatives.
Okay, so at first you had no idea what you were,
Exactly.
and then you thought you were Jewish.
I didn't. I never.
So because you were saying for a while, "Hey, I'm a Jew." So
Well,
you were saying that for a while.
Was it?
And now you're Mexican.
I always thought that was more of a joke that Jerry and I had.
Yeah, I know, but it's still funny.
Oh, it is funny. It is funny.
Like, I didn't know what I was. Then I thought I was a Jew, and I was like, "Yeah, rich Jew money."
Yeah.
And now I'm like Mexican. And
There's no real.
There's no money.
There's no money. There's plenty of tacos.
Yeah, there's taquitos.
You know,
But there's no money in being Mexican.
no. But it explains my work ethic.
Yeah.
It's like I work like I'm an immigrant.
You don't work like you're Jewish.
Yeah.
So,
But I do hoard money like I'm Jewish.
hey, both sides of the family.
And we're canceled. I think that's a good place to end because we've been on for a minute, and I want to thank everybody that has watched. I hope you enjoyed our little. I should do this with you more often because it's really funny. You're one of the best comics that nobody knows. That's great.
the greatest unknown comic on the planet.
Well, I'm kind of right there too.
Yeah.
You know, I like until Ian Bag gave me a shot, nobody knew that I was really funny, and then the owner of the ice house was like, "Oh, you're really good." I found out the new owner is one of the Bus family.
Okay, then.
Yeah, the new owner of the ice house.
Then I should probably not say anything.
Yeah, you should not be you.
I'll just bless.
Yeah, but no, that's I found that out because he introduced himself, and because I was wearing a Lakers, because I love sports, you know, and Lakers, Raiders, and Dodgers, and so I was wearing a Lakers shirt, and he goes, "Oh, you like the Lakers?" And he's all, "Did you wear that for me?" Is what he said, and I didn't know who he was. I'm like, "No, I just like the Lakers," and I'm like, "Remember, I love like watching Nick Van Exel before Kobe." Like Nick Van Exel, Vlade Divac, Eddie Jones.
Ced Ceballos.
Like, I used to watch that with my uncle.
Sadell Threet.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Because they were scrappy, and they weren't like this team that was super powerful. Like, they weren't winning a ton of things, but they were fun. Were not. But they were cool.
Yeah.
They had their own charm. So, So he told me he was one of the Bus family members. I'm like, oh, cool.
Like, oh, motherfucker, shit.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Well, I never asked people for anything, so I wasn't going to be like, hey, can you give me Laker tickets? I was like, oh, interesting. All right. I hope you liked them. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
That's about all.
How'd you like those jokes?
Yeah.
What'd you think about those jokes, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Bus?
Can I get up more? That's all I want. I just want to be able to work.
Jokes.
But yeah, so this has been a fun episode. I hope all of you subscribe and share it and tell a friend, because I like doing this with. I'm gonna have more different comic friends on, and we're just gonna talk business of comedy, but also just mess around and have fun. So I want to thank you all for listening, and have a wonderful day.